Did you kind of throw it out the window and go with the gut, or was this kind of the rotations you were planning?
First half was basically the way we had planned, and then at halftime we decided to start Jordan for Loon just to throw a changeup out there. We were we were not right in that first half. After the good start, we just lost our juice, and so second half it was more just kind of figure it out. But we wanted to start Jordan, see if we could get him going a little bit and spread the floor. I really liked our energy in the second half. We held them to, I think, 4 of 18 from 3 in the second half, as opposed to maybe 10 for 22 first half. And it just felt like we were making our presence felt just with the energy and flying around. So second half, we did enough to get it done. But, it was at that point we were kind of flying by the seat of our pants.
I assume you don't love the burden on Steph necessarily.
Sorry?
I assume you don't love the burden on Steph necessarily tonight. I mean, do you feel generally good coming out of this win, or I'm sure it's kind of
we feel great.
But.
We needed the win. Steph had the New Orleans game off. So did Wiggs. So did Clay. So did Draymond. And we've got 3 days before our next game. So we felt comfortable chasing this one with heavy minutes, and it was obviously necessary. And but it's not sustainable. So we know we can't do this for long.
Steve, how would you describe the fourth quarter where you outscored them by 12 and Steph had 17?
I would just say that Steph was just breathtaking. He's obviously one of the greatest players of all time, and he plays so well on so many nights. But this even seemed like something special for him. 17 for 24, 8 rebounds, 8 assists, no turnovers, hitting every big shot. He just put us on his back, and the other guys played with great energy. And I thought the starting group, did everything necessary to win the game. Wiggs with a couple big threes, Clay's defense, Draymond and Loon, they were all fantastic. But that was just Steph Curry deciding we were going to win.
Entering tonight, you talked a lot about how Jonathan Kuminga was going to earn minutes, was going to be part of the rotation, didn't play in the second half, though. Moving forward, is he still in the rotation, or is it back to the drawing board, making more adjustments?
No. Yeah, JK will be out there next game. So as I said, at halftime, the way the game was going, we decided to change the rotation up. But, he'll be back out there.
For a quick one, were you intending to foul there up 1.3, or was there no foul?
No, because based on 1.3, it pretty much had to be a catch and shoot. So we were just playing on the outside of the three-point line. We told our guys just if they want to get anything towards the rim, let them have anything inside the three-point line. Just guard the line, and it's just too dangerous to foul in that situation, because whoever catches it, it's going to be going up with a shot. And as we found out last year, it seems kind of random whether people in that situation get continuation or not. We were on the wrong end of one of those last year when we fouled LeBron before the shot, but they gave him the free throws. And I didn't have a challenge left. We didn't have a timeout left either. So it was just, challenge as best we can. And Clay got a good challenge.
And it's 11 games now on the bench. The minuses are piling up. It's an accumulation here. I know it's still early. I know you're happy because of the win. But how big a problem is this becoming? And, another big minus for Poole, another big minus for almost everybody on the bench, except for Moody. Is this becoming a major issue in your mind?
Well, it's an early season issue, and we got 71 games left, so it's something we are going to address, we'll continue to address, and I have a lot of confidence in our guys. JP's in a little bit of a funk right now, but we know what he can do. He's so important to to our bench unit, and I'm very confident that he'll get it going, and that we'll find the right combinations and patterns to help those guys get going.
Could that potentially include him starting? I mean, did you like what you saw, with him starting the second half? You've seen.
I haven't even given that any thought. Just got off the floor, so just happy that we won.
But that was kind of pool related to try to jolt him a little bit to life.
Yeah. Starting him in the second half was not only to get him going, but to change the flow of the game. And you could see right away we were the aggressor in the third quarter. So I liked what I saw out there, and we even though we were a little sloppy and took some tough shots, I thought the energy was right.
A lot of Lamb tonight in the second half over, Kuminga and others. I guess just, why'd you want to go with Lamb tonight?
He's got a lot of experience. He's just a guy we trust. We think he's a really good player, and it felt like the game called for him.
Not to harp too much on Jordan Poole, but what are you hoping to see from him to unlock sort of his scoring?
Just regaining his rhythm and confidence, and this happens, especially with young players. Such a long season, you go through some funks, and I have no doubt JP will get out of it, and we'll do everything we can to help him. But he's a really talented young guy, and we know what he's capable of.
You had Wiseman and JaMychal Green out of the rotation. What are they on the borderline? Is JaMychal Green somebody you do intend to play some more? What's their status right now?
Yeah, I mean, again, it's so early in the season. We have so many games ahead of us. Those guys are both going to find their way back into the rotation at some point. But for now, the way we played in the first half was the way we decided to go. Play a little smaller, a little more mobile, and kind of alternating Draymond and Loon at the center spot. And that could change. Everything could change, in one game. So we'll keep going. We'll see where it takes us.
Hey, Steven, I know it's earlier in the season, but did this game feel like it carried extra weight just given the funk that you guys were in on that road trip?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's a strange feeling to for this early in the season for the arena to be so tense. But, when you lose 5 in a row on a road trip, there is a sense of desperation. And I think everybody can see we're trying to find our way out of the woods right now. And so, there was a greater sense of intensity in that game than there normally would be, this early in the year.
Steve, were you able to sense what went wrong during that stretch late first quarter, early second quarter when they outscored you guys by 23 points over about 9 minutes?
Yeah, we let our guard down at the three-point line, defensively. We had a really good defensive quarter going. We weren't fouling. And then we let them get loose for a few threes late in that quarter. And that gave them a lot of confidence. And for them to walk away after the first quarter up 2, after we had really dominated most of the action, I think gave them a lot of hope and a lot of confidence, and it took our momentum away. Thank you.
Kevon, how would you describe that comeback fourth quarter?
I mean, it was well needed. We needed to play with a desperation and a force to get back in the game. We gave the ball to Steph and watched him go to work. And we finally got some stops and was able to, get out in transition and get some flow, and was able to make a comeback.
And what do you think happened in the first quarter? You guys had a nice 12-point lead, and then all of a sudden it went away, and you guys were down double digits early in the second quarter.
We didn't follow the game plan all the way. We let Monk get some clean looks, and They got comfortable. They got feeling good from the three-point line, and they got some confidence going. So that's something we had talked about going into the game is getting them off the line, and we didn't stick to the game plan in that first quarter. And when that happens early, guys get comfortable, they get to rolling.
Is this like as unsettled you can remember your guys' rotation being, especially this early in the season? Obviously, you guys are changing a bunch of stuff up.
Nah, Steve always changed the lineups since I've been here. I mean, he done did it in finals, the first round, second round, first week of the season. So this ain't nothing new. No, a lot of guys, we got a lot of new people, so they might not be used to it. But no, since I've been here, I done seen this happen a lot. So guys, you got to stay ready. Stay ready for the opportunity. You never know if you're gonna play a lot or play a little. You just got to be ready. What
were you kind of told at half? I mean, Steve seemed to think, putting Jordan in for you maybe could jolt Jordan to life a little bit. What were you kind of told?
Kind of the same thing. Just want to get him going, and he want to keep me and Draymond on the court a lot of the time. So we kind of split us up. But we just trying to win. That's all I really cared about. And so I didn't really ask him that many questions. He just told me I was coming off the bench to start the half, so it was whatever.
Hey, Kevon, after the game, Draymond gave Steph like a really long hug, and it seemed like really emotional. Like, I know it's only game 11, but does it seem like this was a really big win for you guys just to stop that skid and get the momentum going?
Definitely was a big win for us. Losing 5 in a row and to come back home with a fan on court, but. Sometimes we take Steph for granted and think that every time he do this, it's supposed to be normal. But he just put on a great performance, and even though it's still November, but when you guy puts on a show like that and carry you to a win, you got to give him his flowers.
Steve said the plan going forward is to play a little smaller, a little more mobile with you and Draymond alternating at the 5. How do you feel about that plan?
I mean, whatever Steve thinks, I'm willing to do. He always. Tinkering with the lineups and doing different things and trying different schemes. So right now we're just trying to find the right rotations to get our team going, and so we're gonna see if it works.
The difference in the fourth for you and Steph, like what was the mentality of just, I guess, the importance of ending this losing streak?
Just find a way to win. That was it. We locked in. Most importantly, we got some stops. And it led to executing on the other end. Yeah.
This time they really leaned on the starters, obviously, to win this game.
Mm-hmm.
It's been kind of a common theme. Do you feel like the second unit is developing into something? I mean, or can the starters carry this kind of load every single night?
I feel like we're just. We're putting lineups out there, and we're trying to figure it out. And I think we'll figure it out because there's a lot of talent on the floor, on the team. But as soon as the pieces, go together, I think we're going to be a very special team. So I got a lot of faith in my guys.
Andrew, you guys had a really quick start, had a 12-point lead there, and then kind of lost it. And next thing you know, you guys were down double digits. What do you think went wrong there?
Fouling too much, putting them on the lines, and they get back and they can set their defense up. And just executing plays. As long as we get everyone involved, keep swinging the ball, everyone's in a good rhythm, I feel like we'll be all right.
Got Steph going crazy, obviously, throughout the fourth quarter, but a couple big times it comes to you. Is it? Do you feel a little different when it's that kind of moment and Steph's going crazy, but the ball ends up in your hands for a big shot?
Oh, it feels good, especially when my shot goes in. But, it was a, compared to fourth quarter, like you said, Steph went crazy. He was doing what he always does. That's why, he's one of the GOATs. But I'm just happy to be out there, be a part of the team, and be, part of, winning, helping these guys win.
What's that like to be out there with Steph? He scored like 17 of his 47 points in the fourth quarter.
I mean, it's lovely. You go out there, and Steph is, he's an incredible player. All the attention he causes, there can be 2 guys on him closing out. And if he gets a shot up, more likely it's going in, and sometimes you can just find yourself just watching. because he's that great. You know, he's a special player, and you know, very entertaining even for us on the court. You know, just watching him like we're a fan. But you know, it's amazing.
Do you say anything to Jordan Poole? Obviously, he hasn't had the greatest start to this season. 2 points tonight. Just hasn't been able to seem to be able to get loose for some scoring. What are your thoughts on what his start of the season has been like?
I mean, he's a special kid. You know, he works really hard. He's coachable. You know, wants to keep getting better. So I got faith in him. You know, I feel like he's gonna have a big year. You know, slow starts to the season, it happens. But I think he's gonna pull through. You know, and have a special year.